Hello my dearest viewers, this time I'm doing a review for Infinity Tarot. It's tarot deck I actually completely found by accident when I was going in Watkins here in London. That's a big bookshop with esoteric literature and tarot cards, and I've seen this deck there. I've never seen this before, and I absolutely loved it because it has very specific shape. Actually, the cards are like infinity symbol shaped. And I actually found out, funnily enough, it's Lo Scarabeo, which was even more surprising because I didn't know that Scarabeo is doing quite like alternative decks, and this one is a bit alternative. This is something I would more expect to be self-published deck, but no, it's Lo Scarabeo. The deck is done by Pierluca Zizzi and Severino Baraldi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it badly. Not Italian, so this is the names. The deck itself is coming in a nice sturdy box. I should write that. Not many of them actually do. It's a bit more pricey than the regular ones. Not that much, but a little bit. But again, it's coming in a nice box, so I think this would be actually quite nice as a gift, because you can see the stars on it, and the label is metallic, so that's quite pretty as a gift too. It doesn't have a usual little white book. It kind of does, but this one is a bit more sophisticated. So as you can see, it's coming with a slightly prettier little white book. That's saying some spreads, and here at the beginning it says, the human mind and culture are often born of immersion in a world that we believe to be exclusively material, tangible, and finite, defined by the most people as real. Yet beyond the confines of this small world is a much larger world that links men to the divine. It's a material world, but not limited to being made of matter. We can experience it, but it's not limited to what we are able to carry out. It's rational, but not limited to the rules of reason. When we touch the boundaries of this small world, we must always remember that the infinite lies beyond them. Using the tarot does not mean only asking questions about what will happen, or what one should or could do. Using the tarot means opening up your heart, your mind, and your soul to a bigger world. This is why a person's ability to use the tarot grows with experience. Little by little, the infinite world that can be found beyond the one we call reality will reveal itself in the form of signs, sensations, intuitions, and finally with a great clarity. I think this is brilliant. I really like the text of it, and it kind of describes the artworks and the feel of the whole deck. Also on the box itself, there is quotation of William Blake, to see a world in a grain of sand, and heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. Again, I thought it's brilliant. So I actually like this connection with this deck of, I would assume something that I would call a hermetic knowledge. This is pretty hermetic knowledge, or Gnosticism, if you like, that this seems to be working with. But the imagery itself is actually quite positive. I would say it's slightly comics style. So this, you can see a Four of Pentacles. I kind of like this idea exactly as they described in the text, that, you know, you have this material world, but there is this infinity behind it. Most of those pictures are somehow real and unreal, surreal at the same time. So you have this a guy on a chest of money, but he's kind of floating in the air. He's not grounded. He is somewhere up in the air. So you have this infinity all around him. This card, I would assume this is supposed to be a Rider-Waite clone. This is Knight of Wands. I love this card actually, because as I read the Knight of Wands, it's somebody who is very determined, and somebody who is very stubborn in pursuing a goal. And you can see he is now making the leap. But you can also see this actually can be an actual loop. So he's making the leap, he's overcoming the obstacles again and again and again and again. And I thought this to be very beautiful and easy to understand way how to put this. So I found this deck extremely clever and extremely intelligent in this way. So you can see this is a star card. Again, usually, traditionally in the star card, the stars are above her, but now, no, here is actually they are all below her, and she's like in charge of them, or just pouring them out of her, the jugs. This is a Nine of Pentacles. So you can kind of see it is kind of Rider-Waite-ish, but I like how they have their own meanings and how they have their own layers of expression. So I would say this tarot deck might be either for somebody who just look at the pictures and can read them straight away, or for somebody who is, let's say, experienced tarot card reader and he's looking for a deck that will inspire him or her to find a new meanings, to find a new layers, to maybe go dig a bit deeper in the cards. This is Adjustment. My favorite card is actually Devil. Come on, you must admit this is absolutely ingenious. We are our own devil. In this case, the devil is just a mask, something you can remove. The devil is something that we are to ourselves. I think it's very intelligent. As I said, I like intelligent decks, and this one is very smart. This is Wheel of Fortune. One of the things that is special about this deck, it actually has one extra card, which usually is something that you can see with oracle decks, but not really with tarot. So this one is extra card in the deck. That's Mysterious card, or the Infinity card. That doesn't have any meaning, but you only have this infinity symbol on it. It doesn't have any interpretation. It's basically how you interpret it, as if you want to interpret it as the universe doesn't want to tell what this is about, or if you want to interpret it as a divine order. I interpret it as a divine order playing a role in a situation. So this is Queen of Pentacles, this is Six of Cups, this is Nine of Cups. I'm sorry, King of Cups. This is Two of Pentacles. Again, you can see he's a bit juggling with the pentacles in air. This is Page of Pentacles. You can see there's like a journey in front of him. He's still Page. Really young. Then there's a Two of Wands. King of Pentacles, Empress, Eight of Swords. I'll show you one of my favorite cards. I like all of them. I love Fool. I love the aces. They are literally just the hands giving you things. My favorite card, except the devil, will be definitely the Death card. You can see it's very non-traditional. It's both slightly terrifying, if you look at her face expression, but also beautiful. You can definitely sense this idea of rebirth from bad or terrifying to something good and beautiful. So this is actually one of... I've seen this is my favorite Death card in all the decks I ever had. Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, Strength. It's a very beautiful card too. Three of Cups. I completely understand that the main issue, I guess, most people would have with this deck is how to shuffle it, because the cards as you can see if I'm holding it in my hands, the cards are fairly big. They are quite big. If you can see my hand, they are quite big. So that's very much true. That basically, if you have small hands, you might not be able to grab it like I am. I have quite small hands, but it's the way how I can grab it like that. It's like just about, and then shuffle it like this. It definitely takes a little bit of a practice. It took me a little bit of a practice to kind of learn how to do it. But the truth is the cards are fairly big. So I can just... so the artwork looks very beautiful. So I would say if you have very, very tiny hands and you have problems with decks that are quite big, then you might have a hard time shuffling it. On the other hand, I think it's worth it if you don't mind this that much. So, oh, see? Problems with shuffling. Anyway, if you look at the back, I haven't mentioned the back. It's quite pretty. Also, it's reversible, so you don't have to mind about cards not being reversible. And the stock is actually very good. That's something I must say, that the stock is very good. It's better than usual Lo Scarabeo, so you can see how it bends. It's like general, like semi-glossy, matte-ish paper, but again the stock is quite good. So that's something I'm very happy about. The stock is so nice. So yeah, this is not very usual deck. So if you have any experience with it, if you have it, or if you're considering, please share in the comment section below how you like it. If you have it, I absolutely adore it myself. It's one of my favorites. I know I'm saying it about every deck I'm doing review, but yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorites because of the depth of the meanings and how smart it is. And I'll be looking forward to see you with some of my next reviews. So thank you so much for watching, and please share your thoughts and experience if you have any.